Hi there, Aries. This is my third time now just trying to say hi. Can't even say hi. Hope you guys are doing good. It's here to do your reading. It is a next 3-day message, so whatever comes out is meant to help you over the next 3 days. Might be pointing to something in the future. But let's invite in your spirit team, your spirit guides, and our beautiful angels that are always helping us every day. Thank you all for reaching out for private readings when you need one. They are pre-recorded videos, just to let you know. But if you're interested, the information is in the description box below. And a big thank you for continually contributing. And we're all sharing the energy, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, thank you. Let's see. What do you have for Aries for the next 3-day messages? Why does this one keep coming out for everyone here? Oh, Anomoly. Oh, this is different. Okay, this is different. This is they're wanting me to interpret the card different than I normally would, because we have the Anomoly card out here. What else? Optical doubles. And the vapor trail. All right. Well, first of all, a situation that you don't feel is actually lined up for you seems to be like, with these cards, that it's going to be moving out or going in a different direction for you. There's an awakening here. One, the big awakening is actually to who you truly are. And that's this Anomoly. There is something here about who you actually are in this body that, so usually I would describe this geocentric model, and I'll get back to that situation that's going to be part of the past. Right now, it's like they're saying, center in on yourself at this time. Normally, I wouldn't read that card that way, but there has been an energy that has always been helping, giving, and pleasing others around you. But right now, they're saying that the time for you to really look at who you are and what makes you unique and special, because I don't know if there's information you need to tap into. We'll see about why you're so rare, like why you are different. You're special. We all are in different ways, but that's like the focus here. There's something very special about you specifically, and you knowing who you are, not allowing also not allowing any kind of past failure to continually beat yourself up about it. Remember, it's the ego that wants answers, right? And if it doesn't get it, it's kind of in this seeking mode. But they're saying, like, you've already found the answer. The answer is about who you really are. And so I feel like it might be leading you on a different path in regards to who you're actually surrounding yourself with, who you resonate with. Because the optical doubles, this card, is about awakening to illusionary harmony. Waking up to, this person's not right for me, or this isn't, there was an ego label, okay? There was a label or a role that you gave yourself that said, it's worth it. We're just going to try to make this thing look right or feel right. It either had to do with society, like what is normal, quote, what is normal, what it looks like. I don't know if it has to do with family or what, or even how we view or define our success in this, on this earth plane. Anything that can hurt you or that you feel like has hurt you is the ego, right? Because you are divine. You never actually have to fight to survive because you're eternal. So anything that was a hit, a blow to you, I think that's going to be like part of the past, and it didn't even leave a mark. You're going to find out that it never does. So everything here, and maybe this is, it's like saying when you one day one day, it's funny that the divine soul is never affected by these things, that not living up to a certain role, or a failed relationship, or even a failed business idea. There's something here that they're going to say pretty soon. You're going to see why you're so special and unique. And they're telling me it has nothing to do with how the world defines or puts labels on things. This is something that's going to be very unique to you and only you and your divine soul. So don't look out there, look inside. So this is you kind of waking up to this, and it looks like you have a lot of expansion and growth. See, the expansion card is in like 4 areas. It's 4 arrows, so it's expansion on all levels, right? I would say it's because you're quickly manifesting at this time. There was a realization here of what was to be a different path traveled, right? Whether we thought it was the business that we thought it was lined up for us, or we thought was part of our equation of how we wanted to experience life, or the relationship, trying to make something work, whatever it is, it was like there's a realization here. This is a different path than me. So it says, at first glance, they seem to be close together, the optical doubles. However, when you get up closer, you take a closer look, you realize that they are actually very far apart. It says change is never painful. Only the resistance to change is painful. Good advice for anybody, right? Expansion. A sensory card. They're wanting you to feel expansive, to feel, because you're lined up with it, right? You're obviously lined up with expansion, with growth, with experiencing things that are only, the Most High or our angels really have or our own divine soul outside of the limitations of this body can actually understand. But what we can have faith in is that we will definitely expand. And yeah, they're wanting you to feel it. So they're wanting you to take time to feel the expansion of the lungs and the oxygen that you're breathing in and out. So they're wanting you to feel expansive before the expansion begins. And how do you find that? Well, there's something here about the key being you being very rare, different. Maybe it's the idea that you come up with that is different, but there's in the energy that you embody, maybe starseed. But I will get more cards to find out why you're the anomaly here. Divinity. Not here to do everything the same. And definitely watch your thoughts as they hold energy, and your energy is placing the order with the universe. So it's lining it up. But the true reality is that you are divine and you are connected to every single possibility that you could have ever even think of in the first place. Nothing is impossible. And sometimes we just need to hear those words said over and over, because of the blows that life can have when we're overly identified to what we thought was either going to happen, or we thought a role was assigned to us. Right? Wow. You have a single, sexy, successful. So that's a lot of success. This is success. This is you coming up with something. You have an aura about you here too. Number 90. You have an aura of this. You see the yellow and orange. So this is about like what you're creating from your inner child, your solar plexus. Ooh. And that's directly tied to your north node too. North node. This means that you're headed in the direction of your dharma, which is like the red thread that you are always connected to from the very beginning. Sometimes we just have to find it again, but it's always attached to you. So this is where you were always meant to be headed. It's the direction that every single choice was always going to end up leading you to, your North Node. Love spell. Goodness. Love spell. Love spell. What's love spell about? Unbothered. This could be about a person that feels like, okay, so it can be about a person that like feels like that you've put a love spell on them, or vice versa here. And I'll tell you the truth, I'm picking up on the energy of, I'm unbothered about what happens in my life regarding love. I'm truly like picking up on, I'm here to find out who I am. What is my dharma? Am I headed on the right path? If it's a path where like I'm alone here, I feel unbothered about that. If that matches up to your energy, then you're kind of in the right place. It's if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You're not there. This message is different. That like what's so rare about you already is that all the cards that have come out they've been giving me a different message for you. It's not the same. This is cannot be scripted. There's something here about you having a very clear understanding of like the chemical reaction of love, right? But also the illusions that are there in some of our relationships that we've had throughout life. And then you get to this point where you're really loving yourself, so whatever you were ever seeking outside of yourself in a relationship or another person, it has to do with love. You're not easily tantalized by things. You're not just going to fall for anybody. And you're definitely just not going to fall for anything either here. You know what I mean? You don't need it. You don't need it. You've already have this love inside. You already have everything you want. Now you just want to make sure that you're headed in that direction, that your divine self or your soul has set as the goal for this life. That's what's really important. It's like all else falls away whenever you go through these energy shifts and changes. Everything else falls away. So if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You're not going to be you're not dazzled by what the person who is working on or working off of an unconscious creation. Unconscious meaning following a script or predictive programming. We may be still wrapping up storylines that have that in it, but that's like, we know the direction now. We're not easily just led from one thing to another with this seeking energy. You see what I'm saying? It's like the seeker has gone. The seeker has gone, and the Aries that I'm speaking to right now has found that when you're in the energy of seeking something, then it's wanting to experience looking. But you are now in this whole moment where you're like, no, I'm not actually seeking, because there is no problem that the divine self can't solve. There is nothing that I can't have out there that I can't find within myself. In fact, that's usually the key to manifestation is finding it within yourself. Then you're getting on that vibration. Then you're getting on that frequency, and you're pulling the experience. What's the third party situation? Third party situation is popping up. It's not really going very well with my message here. I have a relationship. on the bottom. I have legal. Third party situation. Third party situation. I have the sweetheart card coming out too. Well, okay. Well, we have obviously somebody who's not looking too happy in the background and two people together. It doesn't have to be love, but there could be a tie that's still legal or has to go through court situation. Maybe it's even like a business thing where there's another person involved, something legal here, or it's taking this reading just took a 3D turn. Soulmate and the Ice King and unexpected money. So we'll take that. Some unexpected money coming your way. Looks like a big Ace of Pentacles. You have a soulmate. You have the Ice King. Now, I think that this Ice King is exactly the energy that you are in here with, like, I'm unbothered by something. I'm unbothered. I know what I know. Doing things a certain way. Maybe you're a very disciplined person. This is usually a person that holds a certain authority or power here. Definitely could be somebody here in legal or military or something like that. I don't think this is bothering you, whatever this is. Like, I'm not getting that this is too much of a problem. But you have a soulmate energy, I'm wondering. It's like this is the path that leads to your soulmate too. The Ice King is kind of like a King of Swords energy. So tell me about the third party situation. Trying to get your 10 of Cups. Okay, it's kind of giving the same message that I already got, just kind of wording it more 3D than what. There's this feeling of not wanting to fight, not wanting to argue, but there's still a connection that is emotionally attached, or there's a fear of separating from it, although it's been very known that it's not like on the same path as you, or that. So there's something more that will lead to your 10 of Cups, right? But right now, it almost even seems like there may be like it might involve a legal, such as like a separation or a divorce, but it could bring on the drama. And so there's this like, okay, well, so I'm staying in a situation right now. I'm not exactly the happiest, but I just don't want any conflict right now. I don't want any fighting. I want the family to be good also. We could have that because of the 10 of Cups is everybody's happiness taken into consideration here. So maybe that this is what's going on right now, but the message still goes of you're finding something very rare and unique about just you in your path. Full in the reverse. So I'm wanting to take a new step. Okay, I want a new journey so bad, a new beginning, but woo, after some stuff that you've been through, there's maybe even some trust issues. Hierophant in the reverse and strength. It's about having the courage to break a contract here on the, like a 3D type of contract, to break a contract. So you can either set off on your own or set off on a new adventure. It's going to take courage and strength, which means confronting a situation with the 5 of Swords if necessary, right? And then we have this Queen of Pentacles. So, and the Lovers in the reverse. So it seems like there might be a breaking up or going separate ways here. And the Queen of Pentacles also is really, you know, I see this as a person who's grounded and secure, and they're probably working on their money or their resources. But that just brings up the question of like, okay, so when this works out, or when this comes in, who do I want to keep on giving to? Because you probably give a lot of just what you have already if you're this Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like there's a questioning here of that. Anything else that you want to add? A change of path leads to expansion for sure for you. And the alignment is what you're working on. And maybe even like working on money, finances too. Person of Earth, provider or caretaker. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, grounded, secure, stubborn, classy, stable, prosperous, materialistic, possessive, dependable, manager, business owner, banking, or CEO. Childhood, could be children here too though, but the childhood card says innocence, playful, lightness of being, need of others, loving life, no worries, growth, and new beginnings. The Black Widow, betrayal, warning, twisted, turncoat, cunning, a toxic situation or relationship, a web of control, feeling trapped or entrapment, feeling like something was set up that way. But, so this is you declaring or even reclaiming your power, your sovereignty, or declaring here how you feel, your truth, declaring your truth. Almost like a reveal with the eclipse, especially if something is represented like a temporary dark phase of your life. Like, could be about masking one's feelings. But this energy here is about, no, declare it. Resolve. Have the courage to, break on through until resolve. Keep on going, even if you're, the inventor. It says innovation, imagination, creative, gadgets, technology, okay to fail, do it again and again, inspired ideas, mastermind. It's definitely a card where you are reminded that each step that you think that didn't work out, each time something didn't work out that you had an idea for, doesn't mean that it is a failure. It is the step that leads to the success. It's part of the equation. It's part of the formula. So not a failure. It's the next step. So there's something they're pointing out that they want you to not give up on and try again. When it comes to like, I don't know, something that you've invented or something you've come up with, an idea of yours. And the Star card energy. 17. The quality of work you produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. You are as independent as you are ambitious and capable of performing with every step of the way. With efficiency, focus, and skill, I am independent. 10. Keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. I am patient. And that's what I have for you, Aries. Sending you love and light. Hit the like button if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.